Welcome back to the Queen of Tears Discuss. My first video was based on episode 1 to 4 and it has about 1000 views. I truly want to thank everyone who gave it a chance and suggested changes I should make. I appreciate you all. Back to the video. Let's dive into the continuation of the reaction and discussion video for episode 5 to 9 of the series. This time, I will try to break down the discussion into sections. Loneliness and villains. The loneliness of our Queen Haein is an interesting point. Even though she is the queen, the CEO, she doesn't have any true friends or girlfriends, and this bothers me a lot because she can't communicate her concerns. Seeing her go through all the painful procedures by herself hurt too much. Like she is being all alone here. Like no matter one says that they want to be alone, people always want the person they love to be close to them when they are sick. This is a basic human need, regardless of how alone they prefer to be. I believe it's a reflection of reality that as we get older, it gets difficult for us to have true friends who care for us and are ready to listen to our worries. Meanwhile, the villains seem to have uncanny abilities to gather allies. It's a stark contrast, isn't it? The way he has so many allies is literally amazing. I would give it to him for having so many friends. I really hope that Haein and her in-laws will have genuine connection because it's so sweet to see them love and care for her. Even though it's normal behavior for Hyunwoo, Haein is surprised to discover how much they care for her, especially the scene where they are all worried about finding her. Apart from them, it is really adorable to see the sassy aunt comforting her. In addition, her trying to convince Haein's parent to not ignore her and labeling her to be the strong one. Perhaps it resembles the older siblings and what they go through. Just because they are strong doesn't mean that they always have to do things on their own and be alone. I really hope by the end of the show, Haein has a lot of sincere people by her side and not people like him or her. Parallel plots. Kudos to the show's creators to have multiple plot lines along the main one. Whether it's the disowned son storyline, which is not that much, or the grandma plotting the funeral of the whole family. The moment I saw this scene, I was like, it's the slow poisoning plot, isn't it? The sassy aunt who hated her, I'm all by her sides. She brings life and color to this family. The daughter of the family trying to protect and mend the family, while she is not given the attention, is so sad to see. Also, the grandma took 20 long years for all of this to happen. What was the plan? Like, what was the original plan? To play the waiting game until the grandfather was dead? It didn't make any sense to wait 2 decades long if their intentions were clear to steal from the beginning. But hey, I don't know how the working of the rich families are, so I let it be. Maybe she took that time to infiltrate. The father-in-law. The father-in-law stands out the most for me. He is my favorite character, or one of my favorite characters. His love for Haein, despite the challenges they face, is so heartwarming to see. His genuine care for her, even so far as defending her always. Selection is a plotline that I would like to see more. I would really like to see him win. Beyond his role as the father-in-law, he also showcases the qualities of a caring husband. His commitment to the family is setting the standards high again. Haein's brother and his wife. The wife being the child from the orphanage, and also the fact that she hides a lot about her from him, is so sad to see. I felt so bad for him. He is a great actor. Although his character was shown to be slow and dumb, rich guy who was easy to toy with, the only time I cried in the show is for him. I don't know why, but Dahe betraying him hurt so much. At least when I think about Haein or the other characters, they have some defense against the betrayal or hurt. But in his case, he has no walls or conditions whatsoever. His love for Tahe and his son is so pure. He is 100% in love with her and trusted her without an ounce of doubt. And the moment when he said that she didn't take everything, she didn't take him with her, it made me tear up a little. Genuinely, how can she betray him and think of him as a plaything and not fall for him at all is beyond me. After all, him being so loving and a good dad. Part of me feels like even if he knew everything about her lying and her being older than him, he still would have married her because he liked her so much. Okay, this is my personal theory for them. The first is, even though she lied that the kid was not his, it is actually a lie for him to not chase her anymore, and that he knew who she was already, even before his marriage, and let her lie because his mother would have probably stopped the wedding if they knew the truth about her background. But regardless, I want to see him happy. It's just too sad to see. Haein's remarkable character development. As we see our Haein's journey, her gradual transition from a seemingly cold and heartless person to someone who is deeply affected by the people around her, the fear of death serves as a catalyst, melting her icy exterior and revealing the capacity to genuinely care and be compassionate, is a beautifully crafted transformation. The scenes like that frustrating guy who attacks the employee and tries to assault her, and she being a badass pulls in her "my husband is a lawyer" card was so amazing to see. Shift in priorities. Haein was ready to rush to her in-laws from a simple text from her sister-in-law. The shift in her priorities is shown very beautifully here. Act of kindness. Haein mass buying from the vendor, showcasing her empathy and her changed character. It is something the old Haein would likely not be bothered as much as she is now. In summary, the journey of Haein from a cold, detached person to a warm and caring person is amazing. The second lead. God, he makes me angry. He is trying his chance so openly and just in times of the miscommunications is so frustrating to see. Although his love was pure when he was young and I felt somewhat sympathy for him, but in the present it is way past time he stops chasing her. It's the blatant disrespect he shows, searching her purse or her phone without her consent. It shows lack of boundaries and respect. The first time when he asked her to divorce him, the audacity and her being silent weirded me out a little. Like, how could she tolerate him? The second lead plot is not doing it for me this time. Him stalking her or trying to get information by raiding her or Hyunwoo's room is crossing the line. But she being the queen and clearing the doubts, watching her draw the line between them and shutting down the second lead arc was so satisfying to watch. Like same Hyunwoo, I do hate him. His manipulation is off charts. The doctor. Wow, he is so heartless or realist. I don't know what to call him. Is he practicing to be Dr. House or something? Haein is literally fighting for a slightest hope, and him blatantly slaying all her hopes every time she visits him is so sad. Foreshadowing or misleading. At this point, every time she brings up her death,
I'm done. Cut the show. I'm done.
like she is hitting a new rock bottom with every episode going by. Lost her brother, lost her child, lost her husband, and now even her memories. Like, if now is not the time they go past their misunderstanding and start being fluffy and work as a team. Like, if it is not a happy ending, it would just be a sad story with sad ending. Hyunwoo's transition from hate to love again. The friend pointing out Hyunwoo's guilt and love for Haein Him being in conflict of what he wants and actual truth is. The Hyunwoo started ignoring her, what she really wanted, and it seemed like all they used to have is fight. Instead of blaming everything on Haein and his in-laws, he accepted his own shortcomings. It is a great character development for him. And him telling the truth, being the trigger for her to also break her icy cover, his change opened up the barrier they had. The shift is shown in the scenes like the first time he finds her, he gets mad, while the second time he's far more accepting and understanding about her conditions. Or the car chase scene, it was so cool. Hyunwoo is always one step ahead. It is almost like he's the only one who has a working brain cell in the family. Him being jealous and caring is so Wattpad husband. But I love it. The difference in mothers. The difference of behavior of the two mothers and showing their impact on their children's personality. Like the lack of understanding versus the trust she has. While one mother fails to understand her child's feelings and needs, leading to a lack of trust, the deficiency has affected Haein's emotional development, her not being able to bring up her illness to her family. In contrast, Hyunwoo has been able to share his difficulties with them. The handling of divorce. While Haein's mother was just blaming and dragging both her children, showed lack of empathy and compassion. Haein's mother is almost a villain for me here. Back to the main plot. With all these parallel plots, the last two episodes, it's almost like the relationship is in a limbo. Like it's not going anywhere, and the rom-com is non-existent. The coat of tears is outweighing the romance. I mean, it's almost like the epilogue sections are added to make up for the lack of romance and progression in the relationship. We are only able to see the relationship from the past. Not only that, but also I feel like it's past time that she addresses her illness to the family. Like, we would like to see some progression. The miscommunication is like them going in loops again and again. And there is no humor anymore left. Except for the I think the only part I enjoyed was when Vincenzo came up or his introduction. It was a funny twist to see. Also, when I had created the last video, just take a look at it. And if you ask me, it's got all those signs of they have met before plot. I mean, of course, it's the K-drama code, right? They meet when they were kids and the classic K-drama destiny and fate. Can't wait to see if it's true. And it's true, and it is in the cutest way possible. Him holding on to that MP3 was so cute. And with that brings to the end to our video. Thanks for watching. I'll be back once more episodes are out. Feel free to comment your thoughts. Until then,